What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Shout out to the Elite Fleet. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can become a member of Elite Fleet. And we're going to do our Financial Friday on a Sunday. Yes, I know it's not Friday. Shut up. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that you get this good information. As always, if you want further details and further depth and more thorough breakdowns, all the different things you can invest in my personalized budget plan, you can subscribe to the Patreon. The link will be below. But we're going to continue to do these Financial Fridays, even though it's a Sunday. We're going to continue to do these once a week because we need to talk about how to actually build your wealth, how to actually accumulate your money, how to get your money working for you. And what I want to talk about today is how it's more important to budget than it is to make money. As a matter of fact, I would actually recommend that you guys learn how to budget and control your funds. Make your funds do what you want them to do and not just use your funds to pay bills, or learn how to not live above your means before you start to make a lot of money. Because if you don't know how to control your money, easy come, easy go, you're going to blow it. There's a reason why a lot of athletes, rappers, singers, actresses, actors, okay, people who hit the lottery, the majority of them go broke. And the reason they go broke is they get all this new money and they don't have an idea of how to control it. They don't have an idea of how to budget. They don't think before they spend. So they get all this new money. They go, yeah, I'm balling. And they blow all their money. And I want to show you guys how it's very possible, no matter how much you make, to live any lifestyle you want if you understand how to budget. Like I had one commenter say to me, well, I'm pushing for 6 figures regardless of not wanting a housewife because I want to be able to send money back home. I want to be able to help my family. And I'm like, bro, if you make $60, $70, $50,000 and you budget the correct way, you can still send plenty of money overseas to help your family. It's not about how much you make, it's about how you live within your means and how you balance your books. And I want to use this video to really break that down to you guys. Now, you really want to explain this to you guys because it's important, all right? So what I want to do is I want to take your average 6-figure earner, right? That's going to put them somewhere around $8,300 a month, something like that. So we're just going to say after taxes they get $5,000. We're going to keep it a round number. Let's say they got taxed about 40%, okay? So they get about $5,000 out of that 8. Then we're going to take an average $40,000, $50,000-ish earner. After taxes, we're going to say he's going to have about $3,000, right? Now, watch. This is how you can get into trouble. So you're a 6-figure earner, you're a high earner, you want to flex, you're like, I can't live normal. So you go out and get yourself like a 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom house, or you go out and get you a penthouse. A lot of y'all want to get you a penthouse or some super fancy luxury apartment. So let's say you go out and you say, I can afford it, so I'm going to get a penthouse. So that's $3,000 right there for the penthouse or the luxury apartment or the $1 million home, because you want to look like you a 6-figure earner, okay? Now you want to go out, you want to get the high-end car too, right? You want to get the Mercedes, you want to get the Maseratis, you want to get the BMW, whatever the case may be. So we're going to say you're paying like $500 for that guy right there, okay? Then you want to go out and you want to have a nice cell phone and all that stuff. So we're going to say you got the latest and greatest cell phone. You're paying $130 for your cell phone bill right there. Student loans, if you're making 6-figure, you probably got student loans. So we're going to tack on a number. You know what? I'll be nice. I was going to put 500, which is realistic, but I'll be nice. I'll say your student loans is only $350, even though if you're a 6-figure earner, it's probably higher than that. We'll say you pay $250 on groceries, because we're going to go ahead and call you a bachelor. We'll say what we want to say your electric bill is. We'll say your electric bill is $150. I'll be nice with the electric bill. And those are your car insurance. We'll say your car insurance is about $250, right? So, all right, now look how quickly this adds up. So we got $3,000 for the penthouse, right? $500 car payment, $130, $350 student loan. We got $250, we got $150, and we got our last $250. So this guy over here is spending about $4,630, which in reality, because he only has $5,000, he essentially ends up with about $370. This is his expendable income. Now, this is what he would need if he wanted to go on a date. All right, if he wanted to just have fun. All right, if he wanted to invest. Anything extra he wants to do, we even put in clothes. So he wants to buy some clothing, he wants to get jiggy. All that has to come out of this $370. Alright, so that's how fast you can think you big ballin' brand, and all of a sudden you end up with this $370 number here, and you don't really have that much money. Now, the $3,000 earner, we're assuming that he's broke, right? Because he only has $3,000. Well, it depends on how he budgets. So let's say the $3,000 owner says, I'm gonna just give me a decent 1-bedroom apartment. It doesn't have to be luxury. So I'm gonna spend $1,000 on that, right? Now, if you're somewhere where the rent's cheaper, it really could be like $800. But I'm just gonna say it's gonna be $1,000 because I want to make my point. All right, I don't really got that much money, so I went to the auction and I bought myself a car instead of getting a car payment, right? So I don't have a car payment, and because I don't have a car payment, I only have to pay so much for my insurance. So we're just gonna say his car insurance is about $150 because his coverage could be cheaper because he didn't have to go out and get a car payment. Okay, we're gonna give him the same thing for groceries, which is gonna be $250. So we're gonna say he's paying $250 for groceries too. I'll even go ahead and give him the same thing for a phone. We're gonna say he has a nice. Wow, that 5 was messed up. There we go. That's a better 5. We're gonna say he's spending $130 on his phone too. We'll say his utilities. We'll say go ahead and say his utilities about $150 as well. We'll say this guy either went and got CDLs, or he just went and got financial licenses, or he did something that didn't involve college, and that's why he's not a high 6-figure earner. Even though with a lot of those trades you could make 6 figures, we're gonna go ahead and say that he doesn't have a $350 student loan payment either. Okay, so he just has his rent, all right, his car insurance, his utilities, his food, his phone bill. All right, so what you see right here is this guy, out of his $3,000, we take out his bills here. God really wants you guys to see how this works. We'll take out his $150. He actually ends up having $1,350 left. Okay? Now, again, similar to this guy, this is his money he can go on dates with. Okay? He can have fun with, all right? He can buy clothes with, all right? He can do whatever he wants with this $1,350. He can invest it, all right? He can do whatever he wants with this $1,350. Now, this guy over here is only making about half of what this guy over here is making, okay? Give or take, but this guy's in the hole and this guy's not in. Why? Because this guy wants to splurge. He feels like because he makes a certain amount, he needs to spend a certain amount. This guy decides to live more conservative. Now, if you're going to be conservative, you got to be conservative, right? You don't want to buy a BMW, right? You don't want to buy a Mercedes or a Maserati or something and be living in the hood or be living somewhere where people are going to get jealous and might take you out for it. But my point in pointing this out is, imagine if you gave this guy this money. All right, let's say he's still working on his CDL, so he's working in a warehouse, but then he's going to get his CDLs and he's going to get up to this tax bracket, but he's still going to be cheap, so he's going to keep his $1,000 rent, keep his old beat up car, and basically hide his money. At that point, this man now has over $3,000 in expendable income to invest, spend on dates, spend on having fun. He has more than enough to get himself a housewife, give the housewife an allowance, things of that nature. And this is how it happens, guys, because you can push this into $1 million. I could have made someone getting $10,000 a month, right? And I could have still showed you how they got in the hole. Believe it or not, guys, there's millionaires who live paycheck to paycheck. Why? Because they get $1 million mansion. Okay, they go out and buy Lamborghinis and all this extra stuff, trying to live that lifestyle. Balenciagas, all that extra stuff, all right? Listen, learn how to live within your means. Learn how to control your budget. Guy over here controls his budget. He knows he only has so much money, so he lives with a guy who only has so much money. As a result of him living as a guy who only has so much money, he gets $1,350 in expendable funds. This guy only has so much money, but he figures, well, since I'm in a certain tax bracket, I need to look like I'm in that tax bracket. And as a result of making it look like he's in that tax bracket, you only really have $370 left to mess around with, which is essentially nothing. All right, it's essentially nothing. That's for his whole month. So I need you guys to understand, before you worry about making more money, before you worry about getting into the high 6 figures or getting into the millionaires, it's important you learn how to live humble, how to make yourself a budget, and how to control what it is you do have right now. Because otherwise, all you're going to do is make more money and then wind up getting more expenses, getting more debt, adding more liabilities, and putting yourself in a higher tax bracket of the same problem that you were in before, all right? Learn how to make a budget for yourself. Learn how to control your finances first. Now, again, like I said, if you go to Patreon, we'll have a budget sheet made for you. But if you want to make your own, that's fine. Go on Apple Numbers. Go on Microsoft Excel. Make your own budget sheet. But it's important to start accounting for all your funds so that you don't end up in a situation like the guy on the right. Because believe it or not, it happens to people all of the time. I am Alex, and I am out. Peace.